the MD of 212 Business Consulting. And it's a very important one about getting your mindset right, so how you can help yourself. Now, up to now, we've been talking about refugees. In fact, if you're born in this country and you're living here as well, still, too many people don't succeed anyway. And there's a variety of reasons for that. And I've often suggested that your mind has got to be just the most important asset you have in your life. So, Quentin Doman, good chatting to you. Hi.
Hi, Arthur. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Right. You're going to give us some help, right? What advice can you give people to ensure that well, certainly they can improve their careers in terms of changing that mindset?
Yeah. Yes, I think there's a number of ways, and I think if you speak to anybody like myself, we'll have a more holistic approach. But the number one thing that always comes up is it has to be accountability, right? It's really just accepting that nobody else is responsible for your success but you. It's like, yes, there's things going on in the government, there's uncertainty as far as our economy is concerned, but it's just getting to a point where you fully accept that nobody nobody else is waking up in the morning trying to make your life better.
Okay,
it's all about
okay.
you
So
and it's making that decision.
All right, I've heard that before. Is that one that important, where the moment you take responsibility to say, I'm going to have to resolve this myself? Is that important?
It's extremely important. I think that's critical, right? I mean, I spent the morning with a group of entrepreneurs, and some of them are not doing well. And when asked the question, what's going on? Why are you not hitting targets, etc.? The very first thing people tend to do is sort of cite external reasons for them not achieving success. So I don't believe that it's just important. I believe that it's paramount. If you say, well, if it's to be, it's up to me, that is your first step in the right direction in working your career, whether it's entrepreneurship or a corporate career.
Okay, so that's the one. Number two?
I think number two is also just playing to your strengths, right? We do live in an environment where there's so many nice lifestyles that are being portrayed on social media, on the internet, on TV, that it's very easy to become seduced into trying to live a life that's not really natural to your gifts and your true abilities. So part of what we do in coaching or in people development is helping people understand what their natural strengths are, what they are naturally good at, and then working a plan on how you magnify that, optimize it, and just making sure those things work to your benefit.
All right, not everybody's going to attend your course. What's the quick way to truly understand what your strengths are?
Okay, I hear what you're saying. So if you can't afford a program where you can do a formal psychological assessment on what your strengths are, I suggested that the other night also on radio to say, do your own little 360 assessment within your circle. So send your family and your contacts, your colleagues, an email, and ask the people around you to use one or two words that they would use to best describe you. And as the feedback comes up, you will, number one, it will increase your self-awareness because you will know how you show up in this world. But very often, it's going to leave clues, or it will confirm for you, what are some of the things you are naturally good at and what you should focus on.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I think maybe just as a last point, listening to, sort of the intro to this conversation, if you're going into the corporate world, I mean, I spent a lot of my time as a leader in the corporate world. I will say to anybody that how you navigate your career in corporate, again, is going to depend on how you drive that conversation with your leader. I think so many people leave it up to their managers and to their leaders, to set up a path for them to grow and to progress within an organization. And if you're gonna wait, I promise you're setting yourself up for failure. So I would say play a more active role. You drive that conversation. You put the development plan in place and be clear on what it is you want to do and where you want to go.
All right, that's a very important one, because the reality is most companies, they teach their staff to be compliant. These are the rules. You obey these rules. You do well. You meet targets within the rules. You will survive. You don't meet targets, you won't survive, right? You, in fact, 100%. Are suggesting that once they must do that, but at the same time, they need to agitate change. But they're agitating from a position of weakness because they are the subordinate, effectively asking the manager to change the rules, isn't it?
100%. 100%. So it's not only about being compliant and doing what is expected, but it's about driving the conversation where you are doing more than what is expected, but more importantly, driving your own personal development agenda.
But aren't there risks involved in that? Where again, not every manager is going to listen to you wanting to change the rules. Effectively, they're going to say, "Sorry, go and find a place next door where they will change the rules for you."
Yeah, no, absolutely, no. I don't think that is. You're not necessarily going to be popular with a leader that is not progressive. But I mean, I think it's still worth it. It's still worth taking ownership for your own development, even if it's going to mean, that there's going to be some conflict resolution that needs to take place down the line.
Okay. Right. That's how we're going to leave it, Quinton. Thanks for your time. Now, give me a website address I can direct people to.
People can contact us on www.212thenumbers.co.za or my personal website, which is www.quintondoman.com. And that's Quinton, Quinton, Doman, Douman.
Okay. What I am going to do, are you on Twitter? I hope you are.
Yes, I am.
All right.
It's @QDoman.
Okay. I'm going to in fact ask you to tweet the 5 things you've just said to me. If you tweet to me at Ashraf Ganda, I will gladly retweet it. All right. And all the information in terms of contact details and websites and blah blah blah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
There we Thanks,
are.
Ashraf.
Well, there you
okay.
are. I think he's right. If you actually ask me personally, Ashraf, shape up. Look at the areas where you've succeeded. It's actually because it's happened when you've sort of kicked the door down, as opposed to just waiting for someone to open the door for you. So there's a good lesson for that.